dynamic. So I got to tell you, Will, I will not fly Spirit Airlines. I was in an airport the other day, and I saw one of their planes go by, and on the engine it says, "Your a la carte airline." I want a plane that comes with the engines. Please. Hi, I'm Mark Palchik. I love living here in Washington, D.C. Except, yeah, come on, it's all right. It's better. Except, it is getting way too expensive, right? I mean, you would not believe what it costs these days to buy a politician. And they are not worth it. We have a D.C. council member that tweeted the Jews control the weather. The Jews, really. They haven't been able to control the weather since they left Egypt the first time. And besides which, if they really had that superpower, they'd just keep Manhattan warm. But not all politicians say stupid shit. All right, most of them do, most of the time. But we've had some good ones. We must remember that we are all descendants of immigrants and revolutionaries. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Ask not what your country can do, but rather ask what you can do for your country. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I say, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Ronald Reagan. Very good, yeah. And then more recently, I did not have sex with that woman. Now, you maybe thought I was going to do Trump's, we will build a great, great wall on our southern border. But that's not his. The Chinese said that first. And how successful has that wall been? There's Americans all over that place. What we got to get better at, though, is gun control. Do you realize that more people get killed in this country every fucking year than all the soldiers that have died in Afghanistan since 9/11? That's ridiculous. That's horrible, right? Yeah. Right? We got to do something about it, right? Yeah. All right. But gun control laws are not the answer. No. That is just liberal Faldero. That's British for bullshit. What we need to do is let every mother, father, child molester who wants to buy a gun, let them buy it. And take it to Afghanistan where they can make Afghanistan great again. On the other hand, we have 5 fingers. I was originally pretty excited about the midterm elections. The Democrats were in charge of Congress, and then Trump closed Congress. But we came so close from the Senate. 600,000 votes, that's it, in 5 states, right? North Carolina, Texas, Tennessee, Florida, and Indiana. That's it. Would have controlled the Senate. So you know what the blue state Democrats need to do, right? They got to move from places like D.C. and Maryland to Texas, Tennessee, North Carolina, Indiana, Florida, and, for good measure, Georgia. But I'm not moving. I grew up in Akron, Ohio. Whoop, you ever been to Akron, Ohio? The only form of entertainment we have there is to go to evangelical churches to be saved. And I went. Oh, yeah, I did. I got to see the Reverend Rex Humbard preach at the cathedral tomorrow, and he was amazing. He had so much charisma. He had so much power. He had the power to cure all of my illnesses. He had the power to cure all of my sins. He had the power to take all major credit cards. With the exception of American Express. And boy, howdy, I wanted that power. Oh, yes, I did. I wanted to be an evangelical preacher. But my counsel informed me that I couldn't do that because apparently they don't let Jews do that. So I became the next best thing. A lawyer. Oh, come on. They're not that bad. They can be very useful as sleep aids. If you don't believe me, ask them what they do all day. If you're not asleep in 10 minutes, you're not listening. But I get it. I really do. I mean, people like calling lawyers about as much as they like calling undertakers. But if grandma's died, you better call the undertaker, right? And you sure as hell better call a lawyer if you're the one that killed grandma. Look, all I'm trying to say is that we would be so much better off if we just called lawyers before we did stupid shit. You know, treat them like condoms. It's best to use them before you get fucked. I'm Mark Kalchik. Thank you very much.